Hey everyone, welcome back to the second half of the playthrough. Before we begin, to a correction to the upcoming video, because I constructed my deck on Netrunner DB, where the new Ashes cards were not available, I used some proxies using existing cards and forgot to switch them over when we went to JNet. So that is my mistake. I'm very sorry for this. The game's going to be quite confusing, because whenever you see a Maryland campaign, it is actually Nano Etching Matrix, the money asset. And whenever you see an Advanced Assembly Lines, that instead is Calvin, the new card draw asset. So gotta wrap your mind around a little and imagine the proxies. They don't even have the same trash cost or res cost, which is really annoying. But again, it was a genuine mistake. I'm really sorry for that. Without further ado, let's head into the game. Ready to go?
Right.
Got the right deck? Alright, let's see your Haley in action. No quotes, sorry. Oh man, do I keep this hand? Oh no! I can't. This is the worst best. I'll keep this hand.
Right.
Man, this hand. Draw. Install. Install. Go.
Okay. I'm gonna do the Haley stuff.
Oh man, this is late game Haley. That's a problem. You know, you just reminded me. It would be very interesting if you were playing the collective, Mir-Mo versus the collective. That would be fun.
What do we do here?
Okay. You don't have multi
IPO. IPO is a non-bow.
It is a non-bow, but I really need the money. I really need the money.
Yeah, I know, but it felt so bad. I was like IPO is a non-bow with this ID. That just makes it so bad.
Yeah, so I thought of the same thing. You are absolutely correct. Then I look at lateral growth. I was like, am I willing to give up 2 credits so that it won't be a non-bow?
Yeah.
And the thing is, Mir-Mo is so shit that it's still worth it to play the non-bow. Right?
Yeah,
because Mir-Mo gives me +1 and IPO gives me +2. So,
but I thought we're doing a successful demo or something here. So.
But Mir-Mo just isn't a very successful card. How do we do this? Yeah, I think I'm just playing a normal deck here. I think I'm just going to install 2 cards because... No, do I? Yeah. Yeah, I have 2. So R&D, HQ, IPO. This is so boring. Wait, that's wrong. That's wrong. Hold on. Sorry. That is wrong.
Just undo. Undo, turn, undo, click.
Give me my IPO back. What you doing there? Yeah, there's something better I can do here. I can do this.
What? Wow, okay. So there were agendas.
Yeah, that was a problem I found with HB. You get agenda flooded too much, and it's not good.
Yeah, attitude adjustment is a great card.
I'm thinking here. Shit. I forgot that attitude adjustment forces you to draw 2 cards, so now I have too many cards in hand again. Yeah, I think I'll discard this. Okay. Whew.
1, 2, 3.
Cache. SMC.
4.
Cool. Draw. Install. Credit. IPO.
Oh, nice.
So that's the tempo.
Okay, it's not a number if you take the credit first.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is the tempo I'm looking to do every turn. Draw, install, credit, operations. So we'll see how many times I can do that.
Oh, that's nice. Those are good cards.
Cool. Thinking. Yep. Install, advance, credit, IPO. Oh, shit. That was not the IPO. Shit. You're not supposed to know I have another operation. There we go. IPO.
Alright, so when I was going to this tournament last weekend, we had the old MWL, but I was already not playing crowdfunding. I was playing this. Oh, look, it's a remote enforcement. Because falsify credentials is really good in Haley. There was a huge field of UMTs, and I figured the worst thing against UMT is if you run like something like an NGO and they get a free install as well.
Yep.
So I thought, let's make Haley as boring as possible and only run if you really, really have to.
So did that work out actually?
I mean, yeah, it worked out, and I lost some games when the falsifieds weren't there, and so like the falsifieds did really great work.
Yeah, because I always think of playing falsify out of faction, like in ANR, so that, as you said, you only need to run when you need to, because their breakers are shit. So
yeah,
it's pretty good. But most.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna contest this, obviously.
Okay.
Well, I probably have enough money. I'm just gonna go.
Nah.
Right. Now here's the question. I mean, of course I get Angolo. The question is, what do I Haley trigger? But since I can convert whatever is behind, I'm just gonna go for value. Oh, what's that? That's a barrier?
Yep.
That's okay. Oh, seriously? You play next dice?
Of course. It makes a lot of sense. Oh! Oh! I had proxies in my deck that I didn't swap out. Shit.
What?
So I was building my deck on Netrunner DB and I was using proxies for nano etching and Kelvin. Oh man, that's annoying.
Okay, well, just
yeah,
tell me when it happens.
Yeah.
I hope they have a 2 crash cost or something,
Not really. Oops. Alright, so yeah, I'll just tell it to the viewers since they can see it. The Marilyn in this deck is supposed to be a nano etching, the one that gives you 2 credits. This is a very big mistake. Okay. So okay, click 1 draw.
If you have to draw every turn, your ID is basically a free draw every turn. Is that good?
Well, if you think of it the other way, if you are taking a credit instead, I don't know. Install. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I didn't yet know what to replace Storm computers with, so I just threw in some Harbingers.
Sure, I mean it's solid. Rest Ginger Grid.
Oh god, okay.
Next diamond goes there. Alright, click 1 draw. Click 2 R&D. Click 3.
Oh, this is actually smart. Now you don't need to have clicks to install.
Yep. That was the problem I was facing. Yep, so I
So the
clicked it,
question is, will there be a Haley trigger or not? You know, depending what I sell. I'm just gonna sell the thing with memory. 1, 2.
Oh gosh, RNDI.
Do I run? I mean, it's a bit annoying if you get the next eyes
Yeah,
out.
I do want some next dice. Too bad it's 2 strength. That's really annoying.
That's annoying, yeah.
I think I have to make you pay here. Feels bad.
Oh god. Oh, you're going down to 3. Okay.
Wait, does it cost me 2 or 8 or 7 credits? Because that's
I guess it costs you 6, right? Oh, 1. It costs you 8. Yeah, 8.
Does it count itself?
No. It's not
damn it.
rest by the time you.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Feels
Angelo
bad.
is so good. 1, 2, 3.
Alright.
6 strings.
Yeah, it's exactly 6 strength. That's really annoying. You can lock my R&D here.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so the advanced assembly lines is the draw asset.
Oh.
Yep. Sorry about that.
It's only if it's installed that it triggers, right?
Yep. But it does cost 2 to trash. Sorry,
Yeah,
3
yeah,
to
yeah.
3 to trash. So
3! I'm not trashing. Just put it back on top of our.
Okay.
You can draw as much as you want.
Yeah, no, I'm not drawing today. Oh man, this is so bad. This is so bad. Okay, so now I have the draw asset, but I'm going to play the money asset instead because I need the money. This is the money asset. It's the
Okay.
Marilyn.
It's the worst because it does something by itself.
I know it's
such
the
a bad
worst.
proxy.
I'm sorry. That's so bad. Okay, I'm going to draw and take a credit. So that's 4 clicks. This is the referee from Shift Division's Umpire Department. Once again, I'm here to tell you that Mir-Mo Corporation has made a game state violation. The Marilyn campaign, which serves as the proxy for nano etching, has a 2 res cost instead of the 0 of nano etching, which Mir-Mo Corporation failed to compensate for. Hence, the corporation will be 2 credits poorer for the rest of the game. Tired of game state errors? Why not hire Shift Umpires? Shift Umpires will ensure that your games will never flout game rules ever, by providing a third-party observer who knows the rules inside out. As a limited time promotion, we are offering our new customers a free Shift Division sweatshirt for all new umpire hires for the next 2 months. It's a game changer. This has been your referee, a member of Shift Umpires, a department of Shift Division, a subsidiary of Haas-Bayreuth. I'll put a Nix Gold on server 1. Alright, so click 1, I'm taking money off nano etching. Marilyn lets me do this, so it's clickless. I will draw. I'll install an R&D and I'll take a credit. Ah, that's so bad.
What could it be?
I wish I had Nick Silver on R&D instead. That would be good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's disgusting.
The question is, do I go?
Alright, click 1 is nano etching.
So it's not that great because it's. I mean, Marilyn is a good card, but it's not better than Marilyn at the moment.
You have a very good observation. That is true.
I mean, you're literally just using Maryland campaign and we're pretending it's something else.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
then
quite,
it forces you to do your turn in a certain way.
and it forces me to play this ID when I could be playing sports metal instead. So it's interesting, isn't it, when you substitute cards like that? All right, I'm just gonna do the Mir-Mo thing. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna take a credit. I'm gonna install upgrade. Go ahead.
Okay. So that.
Nanot K? Damn it. Yeah, next dice.
Is there anything I can let you fire? Like,
Well, I have 5
draw
next
up
dice.
to X cards. I mean, I think you can draw. No, wait. Well, yeah, you don't even have money for Jinja. You can draw.
Do I draw?
I mean, you get the draw for free anyway with your ID.
Do I draw? I'm putting all my agendas in HQ, which doesn't sound like a very good idea. Huh, do I draw? Maybe I draw 1 card.
Alright. You can draw 1 more if you want.
Nope.
And now this is a bit cheaper.
Yeah, next diamond isn't that expensive. There are 3 subroutines.
Oh, sorry. That's good. Okay. But I am getting poor. I'm a bit aggressive here. But, you know, I'm not sure your remote matters because by the time you score out...
You're probably right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, your deck's just a bit too powerful for me. Alright, so first click was using nano etching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rest this. And I'm gonna play divert power.
Yeah. Oh god. Why?
So I can rest my next goal. And I'm going...
You could have also de-rest the nano etching.
Oh yeah, I could. Yeah, I should have de-rest the nano etching. I'm playing with Marilyn, so I forgot that it costs 0 to rest. Yeah,
well, with Marilyn it would be even better because you would get more money on it.
And I'll take a credit. Umpire! The corp forgot to take their Mir-Mo trigger.
You're playing the combo thingy.
I might as well rest this in case you're running interdiction.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so in your turn... So this... Did you draw? Did
No.
you do an extra? No.
I purposely did not draw.
Okay, good. 1, 2. I still have the Haley trigger, it's just because of Jnet. So.
Okay. I'm going to play a second nano etching. You get your astrolabe. So...
Oh yeah, so you can...
Right, so...
The other.
I'm gonna gain 2 credits here because nano etching should cost 0 to rest, not 2. So click 1 is install nano etching. Click 2 is use nano etching, so I gain 2 credits, I lose a click. The third click is using the other nano etching.
Hold on a second, didn't you get 2 from Marilyn at the beginning of your
Yes,
turn?
so the third click is I'm using the other Marilyn. the other nano etching.
Oh.
Right? They are not unique, right?
They're not. Oh yeah, you're right. I haven't considered that.
So I'm gonna have both in play, and I click both of them once. Do they count as different actions?
No, they're just.
I'm not sure.
We have to go back to the Jeeves.
Yeah.
The Jeeves ruling, Metro. I don't. Use 3 different copies of marked accounts does not trigger Jeeves.
Okay, cool.
So that wait, that's good though. That means they're different actions.
Oh.
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 Oh. That's
Hello.
how this works. Okay.
I'll take a credit. Thank you very much.
Okay, I think that's how you're supposed to play this. You're supposed to. Oh, okay. Huh. You didn't consider that? Did you think about that when building?
No, because I assume that you will trash the nano etching as soon as I put a second naked one down. So I think it's pretty limited in scope, unless you are doing asset spam, which is kind of hard with this ID.
Right.
I mean, it's only 2 to trash. I'll remind you, it's not 3 to trash, it's 2. So
Yeah, no.
but if you do it, you're giving me 2 credits.
That's fine. I'm just gonna run R&D.
Yeah, you're just gonna run R&D, aren't you?
Well, okay, I can actually diesel first. I'm gonna run R&D. Yeah, you can draw again. I don't care.
Not interested, not interested. Alright. Do you win?
That'd be trash. Nope.
I could have used that Batty. That would have been really useful. Yay!
Yeah.
Yep, you give yourself 1 more credit after the run. Oh, yeah. You give yourself.
But don't shuffle
and I won't
it.
shuffle it, yep.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
Alright, so that's mandatory draw. Click 1 is nano etching. I'm going to take that away. Click 2 is install. Click 3 is advance. So I get Mir-Mo. Last click is IPO.
Alright.
Come at me.
I can now expose this, but the problem is I don't want to run there anyway.
I mean, if you want 5 credits, sure.
I just don't want to die.
No one wants to die.
So, you know what? I'm just gonna run HQ and spend like 3 lady counters.
For 1 access?
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's a pull-up, isn't it? Yes.
No, no, I actually cut the pull-up. I mean, I have it sometimes in this deck, sometimes not.
No.
Attitude adjustment. Just gonna keep you honest. What do you have here?
R&D? Notoriety? I mean, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Apocalypse. The ruse.
Apocalypse in Haley, you win the internet. Oh my gosh.
1, 2.
Oh yeah, you have breath money now. That's annoying. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just.
You love your Akamatsu, don't you?
It's actually not bad because you can sell it. So you can really early get the 1 memory. Sometimes for some decks you need more. You can get the +2. But you can sell it as well.
Draw. R&D. Hedge fund. Credit.
Interesting.
Wait, sorry. No.
Do you want to advance?
Yes, correct. Yes,
Yeah.
so I'm getting more value than just 1 ETF credit.
That's amazing value.
I sense the sarcasm there.
Oh, whatever.
Yep,
It's,
your favorite ice.
oh
7.
god. So I'm gonna break it with how many is it?
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's gross.
It
So I need
is.
to break 5 more.
Yes. Oh, Atman won!
Wait, can I
Oh,
even 5,
I I don't think
5,
so, right? The diamond.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Can I
You can
just
undo.
very briefly undo?
Yeah, sure, sure,
Well,
sure.
this is expensive. Okay, let's run. The question is, how many you drew cards? Do I see 3 fresh cards or do I see 2 fresh cards?
It depends on whether you trash anything last run. Was it the Batty run?
Yeah, I think so,
In
right?
that case, it should be 3 fresh cards.
Was it the Batty run or was that one earlier? No, that was one earlier. Okay, you know what? I think
I mean, I'm nowhere near winning, so
I can just take it easy.
yeah, I guess.
But yeah. Oh, that's a good card that I just drew. 2, 3, 4, and then beginning of your turn, just in case.
Clone chip?
I mean, just in case you run an arc lockdown. And then 1.
Right, okay. Cool.
Oh, it's actually in my turn still. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's are you gonna get Haley trigger on my turn?
No, it's fine.
Nope. Okay.
Probably not. Well, no, probably not.
Alright.
I
Cool.
almost packed a spoon into this deck just for. It would have been good here.
Double advance, score, use it. I'll get a next
What?
diamond. I'll
Just-
put it on a new remote just for the next size. And I'll install. Your turn.
Wow.
So 8 next size now.
It's gross.
Also, that's a very nice remote to put my future nano etchings inside.
That's right. I'm just gonna start saving money by stim hacking.
Sure,
Okay,
do
break.
it your way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So
So
6.
I need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I knew I should have played Lamb against you. For some reason, I knew. Okay, I think I'm actually not gonna cheap out and break all your subs.
Okay.
And then sadly, Nanotech is still.
It's
full
5,
back.
isn't it? Okay, cool. Just checking. Alright, so 4 cards. I mean,
Come
1,
on.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, you
Yep.
probably have this. Nice. Alright. So, I think this ID is underwhelming. Now, I know the games were tilted in the runner's favor. You have to keep in mind that we are playing Mir-Mo for the very first time and deck build with it for the very first time. Whereas with the runners, they are all tried and tested decks. The Haley deck Yannick was playing, very competitive, arguably tier 1 right now. And the Adam deck I was playing has been through so many iterations, it has been refined to near perfection. So, you wouldn't expect the Mirror Morph decks to do so well. So if you're a casual player out there, don't be disheartened. But if we are going to analyze Mirror Morph from a competitive point of view, I think it's not tier 1.
Yeah, it's rough. The fact that you can trigger more nano etchings can help maybe. But there's only so many economy cards you can play.
Yeah, I think that's the big issue, right? Because it's competing with slots with Rashida, and as you saw this game, Marilyn, which probably would have been better because I could send it back into R&D
Right.
and cost less to trash.
I wonder, I mean, there might be some more support coming out yet, so we don't know.
We don't know. That's true.
But yeah, just
I think the main thing is, as you said, it's not Jeeves. It's not a win condition. So at most, it's going to give you. It's not even giving you one extra click. It's very close to giving you just one credit every turn.
Right. Why can you not take an why do you think can you not take an action you've already taken this turn? What would that break? How would that be too strong?
So you could use it to advance again.
Yeah, but is that terrible?
What was the reasoning behind it?
Was that part of the was that on the article?
I think so. Let me go have a look at it. Yeah, yes, you could easily fast advance 4-2 agendas with Biotic Labor, right? Because Biotic is operation and you can install advance.
Yeah.
So
but then install advance and then what?
So it gains you the extra click because you played Biotic, which is an operation.
Oh,
and you did
because
install
you
and then you advance.
things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you can Biotic a 4-2 instead of 3-2, which is pretty silly.
Would that have been broken?
I think
Because
it would have gone
Corpse
against the spirit of the ID, I think.
Right. Oh, okay, because they just wanted it for efficiency.
Yes. Or rather, just you're playing the ID just so you can Biotic 4-2s. Also, it's kind of scary because HB has quite a few good 4-2 agendas.
Yeah.
And that brings us to Dombos and Combos. Red level clearance and lateral growth were featured in Yannick's playthrough as means of replicating basic actions using operations. This allows you to perform multiple basics of the same basic action in the turn while still getting your Mir-Mo trigger. On my end, I actually considered putting Shipment from Tenin in my Mir-Mo deck because it allows you to replicate the advancement action. Think about it. Tenin gives you +2 advancements and your basic action gives you +1 advancement for a total of 3. This way, you can actually replicate the triple advancement effect that you usually use on the turn you score agendas and still preserve your Mir-Mo trigger, which I find really cool. But by far, the MVP operation, in my opinion, with Mir-Mo is none other than Restore. I think this is a card that will see a lot more play now that Mir-Mo is out. It was actually a card in my deck, but I didn't draw it at all. Restore works very well in Mir-Mo because presumably you are already playing the new assets, right? Your Calvin and your Nano Etching. And what Restore allows you to do is to bring those back into play, and which counts as an install without using your install basic action. As you saw during our games, the biggest problem we had maintaining Mir-Mo triggers was that on certain turns we just wanted to install multiple cards to defend our servers, but that would forfeit the Mir-Mo trigger. With Restore, you can restore your assets while still getting another install, which is pretty cool. So the bottom line is, with Mir-Mo, typically you want to perform 4 different actions on your turn. The first 3 actions to trigger Mir-Mo, and the last action that needs to be different from the first 3. Because of this, playing an operation becomes a very valuable action as one of the 4 different actions, and as such, you want a fair number of operations in your deck. While most decks run the auto-include 3 hedge funds, that's certainly not enough, which is why we try to run cards like Lateral Growth and, in my case, IPO as much as possible. These increase the number of turns where triggering Mir-Mo would be easy, while still maintaining flexibility in allowing you to do multiple basic actions in the same turn. Another thing with Mir-Mo, as we mentioned, is that you want cards that have strong click effects. So you saw Nano Etching, you saw MC Austerity Policy in action. However, some other ideas that Yannick threw out included Drudge Work, which is a very powerful agenda shuffling effect. Arguably better than the attitude adjustment that I played. The reason for me playing Attitude Adjustment was that I needed more operations. As mentioned before, you want a fair few operations in your deck, and Attitude Adjustment provided that. But Drudge Work, also a very powerful solution that is worth considering if you're looking to solve your agenda flood problems. But by far the craziest, jankiest, but perhaps viable idea that was brought up by Yannick is Pad Factory. Now this card, which most people think is only useful in the context of playing the no basic action card game, is now something worth playing in Mir-Mo in the most warped sense, because it allows you to do something while still maintaining the Mir-Mo triggers, and that is to double advance your cards. Normally you can only single advance your cards while still maintaining Mir-Mo triggers, but with Pad Factory you can get an extra advancement on it, and because it's a click ability, it contributes as one of the 4 different actions that you can take on your turn. So we'll talk more about double advanceable cards later on in the video. Right, now for some non-bowls. Doubles and triples do not synergize. These are cards you would normally play in a Jeeves deck instead, because they contribute 2 of the same actions to the 3 same actions you need to make. Whereas in Mir-Mo, you don't play doubles and triples. Speaking of Jeeves, Jeeves is another big culprit that you don't want to play in Mir-Mo, even though it seems like a good idea to ensure that you get your extra click every single turn. In reality, that's like playing Magnum Opus and Laguna Vallesto District in the same runner deck, right? You're gonna get either one off, but not both, which means that you're not maximizing either your Jeeves nor your Mir-Mo, and that's inefficient. If you want to play Jeeves, you're almost certainly better off using another identity. Now, we mentioned that strong click cards are important in Mir-Mo, and IT Department fits that bill. However, it is a non-bowl, because IT Department is the sort of click card that you want to spam. In other words, you want to use the click ability multiple times in a turn for IT Department, so that you can buff up your ice to substantial levels as soon as possible. This means that IT Department actually works much better in a Jeeves deck, because you want to triple click your IT Department every turn and get the free click. In Mir-Mo, however, you're kind of constrained to clicking IT Department once per turn, which is suboptimal. So don't play IT Department, it's a shit card. I mean, no one loves IT Department. Right, let's talk about some possible non-bowl combos. Typically in Mir-Mo, you want to be playing 4-2 agendas, right? Anything that allows you to single advance, because the act of installing followed by advancing fulfills the 2 of the 3 different actions you need to trigger Mir-Mo. So that fits very nicely. So 4-2 agendas like my Remote Enforcement and like Yannick's sales team are the way to go. If you're playing 5-3 agendas or NGO fronts, however, and you want to maximize the double advance, typically you would install double advance these 2 cards, then it's a lot more tricky. Because if you do the usual install double advance, you are forfeiting your Mir-Mo trigger. The solution to this can be found during the gameplay itself. You can install advance as you would a 4-2 agenda on your first turn, and then leave the second advancement for your second turn. This allows you to trigger Mir-Mo both times on your first and second turn. In fact, it makes it easier to trigger Mir-Mo on your second turn, because the advancement is one of the 4 different actions you need on that turn. So that's pretty cool. The only downside to this is that you're lengthening the game, because you're taking 3 turns to score this 5-3 agenda when normally you would just score it in 2 turns. So lengthening the game might not be what you want if you're up against a late game runner like Yannick's Aesop's Haley, as you saw. So pros and cons here and there. It's not a non-bowl. It's not strictly a non-bowl, 5-3 agendas and NGO front. You just have to keep this in mind when playing. Sometimes it's better to just outright install double advance and forfeit the Mir-Mo trigger. Sometimes you want to spread it across multiple turns to get the extra juicy clicks. Another non-bowl combo are terminal operations. We were debating about this during the videos. The answer is that if you are relying on if you're relying on Mir-Mo to get click for credits twice on your turn, meaning to say you'll do something like draw a card, play an operation, click for a credit, trigger Mir-Mo, and using your Mir-Mo extra click, you click for a credit again, because Mir-Mo allows you to take the click credit action twice. It's the only action that you can take twice if you want with Mir-Mo. In that scenario, terminal operations are non-bowl, because by playing a terminal as one of your first 3 clicks, you forfeit the rest of your turn. However, if you have 4 different actions to play on your turn, say you draw a card, you install a card, you click for a credit, and then with your Mir-Mo trigger, you play IPO, then that's perfectly fine there's no nombo there at all. So you really need to have that variety of actions in order for terminal operations like IPO to be of benefit. Moving on now to the assets, the new assets in Nano Etching and Kelvin. Reinstallers are cards that allow you to reinstall assets from the bin, and they are amazing. As we mentioned earlier, Restore is a phenomenal card in Mir-Mo because you play it hand in hand with the assets. Not only will your assets come back, allowing you to use their click abilities again. In fact, Restore works very well in Mir-Mo because you can use Restore as your operation, and then restore a Nano Etching and then use its click ability immediately on the same turn. That provides you 2 of the 3 different actions you need to trigger Mir-Mo on your turn, which is a very nice combo. But beyond that, Restore allows you to use the same asset twice, meaning that if the runner trashes it again, they will have to do the on-trash trigger twice, giving you double the mileage. In Nano Etching's case, it gives you an extra 2 credits for the on-trash. For Kelvin's case, 2 extra cards for the on-trash, and that's phenomenal, right? Milking your assets so that they go very far. So this is definitely a combo worth exploring. Suffice to say, this is a paid video, a sponsored video, so I have to mention team sponsorship here as the other means of reinstalling your new assets. It works really well. I mean, it's not like you didn't know that team sponsorship was good in asset-based decks anyway. So yeah, there you go. Right, next up, asset spam. Well, ID is associated with asset spam, but because they are defensive IDs that defend your assets. So that's really cool with Nano Etching and Kelvin, which have relatively low trash costs. It's also worth noting that these out-of-faction splashes are fine because Nano Etching costs 2 influence and Kelvin only costs 1 influence. So you can definitely play them out of faction. Just remember that in RP, you're probably better off playing Sundew instead of Nano Etching. And just remember that if the runner ignores your assets and refuses to trash them, well, you're not going to get their on-trash triggers. So you will want to not over-defend your Nano Etchings and Kelvins, right? Usually the threat of their defensive ID is more than sufficient to deter the runner. There's no need to ice them, even though they are not political assets, you can ice them. But in defensive IDs, I don't think there's any need to ice them. Right, another good combo with Kelvin specifically is Daily Business Show because of the potential to draw cards on the runner's turn, something that the Corp typically cannot do. If the runner runs on the Kelvin and trashes it, the Corp has the option to draw 2 cards, and that can trigger Daily Business Show on the runner's turn, allowing you to card filter and vary agendas. Bear in mind that this does not work with Kelvin's click ability, right? Click to draw 2 cards will not trigger Daily Business Show because you're doing it on your turn, where on your mandatory draw, you would already have used up your Daily Business Show trigger on your mandatory draw, so keep that in mind. Now, against these assets, there are some runner cards that will cause you a lot of headaches. The prime one being Hacktivist Meeting, obviously. No assets love them. These on-trash assets doubly so, because the on-trash triggers, the gain 2 credits or draw 2 cards from those new assets, do not fire if they are inactive, meaning to say that they are not rezzed. So if you have Nano Etching sitting on the table unrezzed and the runner trashes it under the influence of Hacktivist Meeting, you are not going to gain the 2 credits unless you res your Nano Etching, and to res it, you need to pay the Hacktivist cost, which sucks. So yeah, Hacktivist will hurt these on-trash assets quite a lot. The other card that hurts them a lot is Slums because they fizzle the on-trash ability. So you won't get your 2 credits from Nano Etching or the 2 cards from Kelvin if they remove those assets with Cellset Slums. Sucks to be you. Right, so that's the nombos and combos, and that's the playthroughs that we have for today. I hope you've learned something about Mir-Mo. We were definitely in learning mode, you know, where trainer wheels were on, we were making backseas every now and then, and shift umpires had to interject every so often because we were making so many game state errors. But well, that's Mir-Mo for you. It's a very tricky ID, but a very rewarding one if you can get it right. While I feel it's a little under the power curve, I must say that the space that it opens up for exploration is boundless. You can see across my slides so many combos, so many nombos to, or rather just the combos, so many combos to be explored, and that's rather rare for most new cards, you know. typically with new cards, what tends to happen is that the designers will design them with exactly one synergy in mind. Like how trash can cards are meant to be used with Geist back when Lunar Cycle was released. So yeah, those tend to be very limited in scope. But with cards like Mir-Mo and these on trash assets, these are very vanilla, generic cards that gives you so much room to explore in the deck building phase, but also in the gameplay phase, because there are just so many ways and combinations you can execute your turn. And to make the most of Mir-Mo, you've got to stretch your mind a bit, which is absolutely incredible. So hats off to the Nisei devs. I think they did a very good job with expanding the exploration space, and I think there will be a lot of variations and experiments to be done on Mir-Mo and the entire HB faction as a whole with Ashes 1. So overall, even though, you know, both times we played Mir-Mo lost, and you know, it felt kind of clunky playing all these cards, but at the end of the day, I think they provide a very interesting gameplay experience. Like, you could tell during the game how we were trying to optimize it such that we were getting lots of Mir-Mo triggers. Don't you feel that way?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun to play Mir-Mo. Maybe we were a bit slow playing it. For both of us, we have not tested any of these decks. Just staring at the cards like, oh, how does that work again? But I think, you know, with some practice, this could be a lot of fun, and I think good players can see smart lines of, you know, when is it worth going for the Mir-Mo turn, when is it maybe not worth it. And yeah, I think this idea has a lot of potential. It's a very interesting idea. We have now seen 3 new cards. Maybe there's going to be some more cards that will work well with it. And tempo decks are fun. At least I feel like this could lead to a tempo deck. And if someone can pull it off and make a good tempo deck out of this, I think this could be, you know, a really fun addition to HB.
Yeah, because HB hasn't really seen much in the way of asset play. I mean, Jeeves
Right.
kind of, but
Yeah.
yeah, this could be a new frontier for them. For me personally, like, even though it seemed like we were very frustrated playing with Mir-Mo, but I think that's part of the learning process, right? You're kind of like, oh, I can't install 2 cards in the same turn. But I think that's actually a good thing, because, you know, Mir-Mo actually challenges you that way. Most cards only, you know, at most make you think about what's the best deck to play. You know, it just challenges you in the deck building aspect. But with Mir-Mo, it also challenges you during the gameplay, because now you have to think, wow, to really make use of this, I need to play a certain way, and that's really tricky, right? So even though it didn't work out, I think that was really fun, and as you said, has a lot of potential.
And I feel the coolest thing was it felt like I'm playing, you know, somewhat a different game. Like, have the rules changed?
Yeah.
like I felt like, you know, like I play my decks, and I feel, you know, I feel pretty confident playing the decks I play very often, and you sometimes almost autopilot. You really know what to do next. And here I felt like a total beginner again, and it's a nice feeling.
It's refreshing. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's about it in terms of these spoiled cards. But yeah, and just to close off the video, how are you feeling about the upcoming changes and the work that Nisei is doing as a whole?
Right, I'm super excited because we did this video, we got access to the testing server, and of course I peeked at all the upcoming cards. I'm not going to spoil anything here beyond what we're allowed to spoil, but there's some really cool cards, and I can't wait to see the other videos. I can't wait to see what the other creators are spoiling, and then also just to have this drop. And I'm really excited about the whole integration of, you know, JNet and the spoilers and how everything is going to be managed, and I really hope, you know, the spoilers are going to come out. It's going to be live on JNet hopefully quite soon afterwards. The new MWL has dropped, and like, we haven't had, you know, we've had the same cards for a long time now. I just can't wait. There's no other way to say it. It's like Christmas usually for a card gamer, and this is going to be a really nice Christmas.
Yeah, indeed. Like, for me as well, like, you know, you see all the cards out there, and wow, they've really put a lot of work into it. And, you know, it might seem simple to, you know, just design a reverse Jeeves. But as you saw in the Nisei article where they explain how they had so many different iterations of it, it really takes a lot of work and a lot of blood, sweat, and maybe some tears just to, you know, come up with this one card that fits into the whole matrix. So it's really exciting, and yeah, I share your sentiment that Nisei has done a very good job, and I can't wait to see how this all pans out.
Yeah, and I just want to wish Nisei the best of luck with what they're doing. It's great.
Right. Yeah, same here. Special shout out goes to Michael, or Manva Abdi, for inviting me to be a part of this Scoops week, and as well as tolerating all my pushiness as I, you know, bugged him for all the resources I needed to be able to come up with this Scoops video. I know Nisei has a lot of work to do, from publicity to design to event coordination. The very last thing they need is for some random content creator to be pestering them about deadlines and stuff. So yeah, just big thanks to Michael and the rest of the Nisei team for all their patience, and hopefully this Scoops video does them justice. So that's about it from our side. Until then, it's goodbye from Yannick.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Happy net running, and I'll see you
Happy net running
sometime later. Bye.
Bye-bye.